Okay, so before we keep going into the top 5, we have the Enrique and Pitbull of Radio 1. Hello, Dan and Phil. How are you?
Every week. Amazing. Thank you.
I'm back. I'm back.
As long as I'm Pitbull, obviously.
Obviously.
I don't mind being Enrique.
Yeah, he wants to be your hero. How you been, boys?
Very good, thanks. We've been setting up a mystery challenge in the live lounge.
Yeah, it's looking very UV, very special.
Looks like some place that Dexter would do something horrible.
Commit some kind of horrible crime and then wrap someone up in a lot of tarpaulin. Yeah, but that's not what's going to be happening in the Dan vs. Phil challenge.
We're going to keep it a mystery, so you've got to listen to find out what we're doing in that dark room.
Oh, okay. Bit weird.
The way you said that, Phil.
I might not hang around. I might not run away and just listen to you on the radio.
Understandable. There is body contact, though.
Is there anything you can talk about on the radio? Otherwise, it's going to get super awkward.
Yeah, well, in internet news, which is going to be happening in about 45 minutes, we're talking about a girl that got stuck down a drain trying to retrieve her iPhone, as well as a donkey that invaded a supermarket, and other zany stories. It's a good one.
Sure. And what numbers can people call to get onto your show?
Well, you can call us on 03700 100 100, text us on 81199, or go on the internet and tweet us at BBCR1 or leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page.
Boom! Absolutely nailed it. Do you happen to have the album chart on you?
We do, we have it.
Take it away.
BBC Radio 1.
The home of the official album chart.
5.
It's a non-mover from John Legend, and Drama Llama alert. John revealed that he often falls out with Kanye West, who has produced 4 of his albums.
Wow, good fact.
Yeah, John worked on the soundtrack for the Oscar winner 12 Years a Slave, and he's also won an impressive 9 Grammy Awards. His mantelpiece is going to collapse.
It's a new entry at number 4, Johnny Cash with Out Among the Stars. Johnny Cash is one of the most respected and influential singer-songwriters of all time, having sold millions of singles and albums. But this album was originally recorded in the 80s but never released until his son, John Carter Cash, discovered it in 2012 and released it.
Down 2. It's George Michael with Symphonica. This is his 10th album and his first studio album in 10 years. Big numbers here. George Michael has sold well over 100 million records and has set 7 number 1s in the UK official chart. He has 2 Grammys and 3 Brit Awards.
Down 1 place, it is Sam Bailey with The Power of Love. Sam Bailey is, of course, last year's X Factor winner. This album's actually come out faster than most X Factor albums, having been made in a mere 3 months. She is currently pregnant, but has said that that will not affect her music career. And watch out in the clubs, okay? That she has apparently said to a paper that she really wants to sing on a big dance record.
It's a new entry from Kaiser Chiefs, Education, Education, Education and War. This is their first album in 3 years, and you might recognise Kaiser Chiefs lead singer Ricky Wilson from his other job as a judge on The Voice. He said he actually took that job, one of the reasons, to give his band a bit of publicity boost.
Well,
looks like that worked.
It worked. Congrats.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's quite a tough one, ever taking on a prison officer.
I know, right?
So well done. Big well done to the Kaiser Chiefs. Well, you better go get ready for your creepy show.
Let's go.
Will do.
Well, thanks, guys. I'll see you in a bit.
Ciao.
Dan and Phil are on from 7 till 9. All right, so let's keep...
Passenger, Let Her Go, and before that, Jason Derulo, and you're now listening to and watching Dan and Phil.
BBC
Radio
1.
Sup, dudes? Dan and Phil here on Radio 1.
Howdy.
Handing control over to you guys for the next 2 hours. This is a totally interactive show where we get you guys to request the music, we take your calls, we play some games. So don't just sit back and relax like you would usually listening to the radio. Make sure you get involved. Phil, how can they do that if they want to?
Well, if you're on the internet, you can tweet us at BBCR1 or leave a request on the Radio 1 Facebook page. Text us on 81199 or call us with your voice on 03700 100 100.
And remember, if you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now on anything with an internet connection, even the mobile that's probably in your pocket, you can watch the whole show where you can see us in the studio, you can see pictures and videos to go along with the internet news that'll be happening in about 20 minutes, the Dan vs. Phil challenge, which tonight is going to be extremely dramatic, would you say?
So dramatic.
But most importantly, the music videos that you guys make and send in to us, as we don't just get you guys calling in to request songs, but you send in videos that you have made to your favourite songs and we then play them.
And now, getting us excited for the World Cup this year.
Yeah, because you're really excited for the World Cup.
I'm excited. It's in Brazil. I know that much.
That's all you need to know.
We've got a football freestyling video sent in by Leo Lightfoot. So if you want to watch these skills, get on the website right now. Here is the Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas. I used to cry when my parents were watching the World Cup, because when someone scored, they would cheer really loudly, and I thought they were in pain or something. So I used to sit on the stairs and cry with my hands over my
You're
ears.
screaming and joy, come on, England! And you're
Yeah.
going, my parents have turned into monsters.
It's too loud.
Explains a lot.
BBC Radio 1.
So, how's your week gone, Dan?
My week, well, I survived the world quite successfully. You were very excited yesterday, a bit
Yeah.
hyperactive, I would say.
Went to see Captain America, which kind of changed my life. Captain America 2, it was so good, and also it inspired me to like smash through walls and punch cars, metaphorically.
I don't think that's the message that Captain America's trying to inspire in people. I think it's more
No.
like justice and freedom rather than property damage. But
Yeah, maybe.
Don't punch cars if you go to see a superhero movie.
Maybe not.
Maybe not, no. But it was a big week for me.
Yeah.
I must say, earlier this week I uncovered something. I had an issue that I'd basically been burying down deep within myself and not been addressing, and it was kind of eating me up on the inside. You know how it goes, yeah? For me, it was about typos on the internet. A lot of people will know what I'm talking about. I'm partial to tweeting something with a spelling mistake and then everybody points and laughs at me, and it's very traumatic, and I tend to get very angry about it and sad about it, and I just decided this week I would talk about it. I would let out my feelings. I would open it up to let people laugh with me about it, and you
Yeah.
know what? It worked.
Has it worked?
I feel better all those times. I made all those typos, and I was like, no, I'm going to lose a friend because I said something stupid, and everyone was laughing. Now, it is fine. So, that is what I want to talk about tonight, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to call it traumatic typos.
Nice.
See, alliteration.
Yeah.
So what I want people to do are to tweet us in with basically various typos that they have made, and then together, from sharing our stories, we can feel better.
So that's good. Tweet us with hashtag traumatic typos and see if we can make Dan feel better. But now we have a request from Safa on Twitter who wants chain smokers with hashtag selfie because she said it's annoying, but she loves it at the same time, which is how we all feel. Selfie, the Chainsmokers, which I would agree is like kind of annoying but amazing at the same time.
In the kind of greatest song of all time kind of way.
Yeah.
I agree.
BBC Radio 1.
You can also see a video by Dev to that song.
Yes,
Which is amazing.
who celebrated the start of his new show by doing his own version of Selfie.
It's on the radio on YouTube now, so search Dev Selfie and it should come up. It's really good.
But yes, today we are going to be talking about traumatic typos. As I revealed on the internet all of the times I've made typos, it was very embarrassing, but I felt by coming clean about it, I was able to get over the embarrassment and shame that I felt about it. So we've been asking you guys to basically tweet in with all of the autocorrect fails, the times you've said something awkward on Facebook, the times you've tweeted something and everybody's pointed and laughed at you, with hashtag traumatic typos. Now, Phil, what have some people been saying?
Leather Lester said, my mum sent me a text asking what I wanted for dinner. I told her chicken curry, but it auto-corrected chicken to hamster. A hamster curry.
Wow, you can't detect sarcasm in writing though, can you? So that could have gone horribly... I mean, if she had hamsters.
Oh, no.
I'd like to think her mum wouldn't have done that.
That would be a
It's
horrific
not a new
story.
thing, okay?
Kayla said, I tried to type horrible, but it turned into hot ribs.
Imagine telling a friend, you're being so horrible, but it's like, you're being so hot ribs. I could imagine that being a new thing.
That's the new insult for the cool kids. Maxine said, I was sending emoji hearts to my boyfriend, and I touched the horse emoji, and he hates horses.
Love you, pictures of a horse face.
Sometimes I just send people a warthog emoji for no reason.
Everyone likes a good thing. I like the Easter Island statue.
Yeah.
Send them a tiki face, and it can mean so many things.
Just to say you're thinking of them, maybe.
And then I like this one here from Jana, who said, she keeps writing when she's talking to you, Phil.
Oh.
Phil as you with an umlaut because she uses a German keyboard, and all of her followers are like, what are you doing?
I changed my name to Hill. It's a bit more interesting.
With an umlaut. Everyone wants an umlaut in their name, haven't they? Okay, those are good. Keep those coming in with hashtag traumatic typos if you want us to read those out. But now... This could only be happening on our show, okay? This one is a bit of a wild card, I must admit, combining two things that I like, Michael Jackson and Pac-Man.
Nice.
You heard that right. Callum on YouTube has made a video of the Pac-Man ghosts singing Thriller. Yeah, I don't really know either. If you want to experience this, including a very disturbing cameo from Pac-Man at the end, get online. But now, thanks to Callum, here is Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson Thriller. In April, why not?
The show where you're in control. This is Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Do you know if you put your finger in your ear, do it now, and then wiggle it around?
Your finger in your ear.
Wiggle it up and down, it sounds like Pac-Man.
Oh my... stop. Everybody stop. Okay, everybody put your finger in your ear.
And then just wiggle it. Sounds like the Pac-Man.
Oh. I've never heard that before.
I know.
Wow.
That's a party trick for
Oh,
everyone.
an incredible fact. Thank you for that, Phil.
Yeah. Hey, Katie.
Hi.
Did you just put your finger in your ear and wiggle it around?
I actually just did it, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sounds like Pac-Man, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So what is your traumatic typo that you've experienced?
I was in town, I was going to meet my friend later that day, so I was like texting her and I was like, I'm going to pick up some clothes and some other things before I meet you.
Yeah.
But instead of saying things, it said songs, and it was really awkward.
So thongs.
I bet she was a bit like, TMI. I'm going to pick up some
TMI.
thongs.
So what did she say to you?
She was like laughing at me, she was like, TMI, I didn't want to know that. And I was like, I didn't even mean that.
That could have been an awkward end to a friendship if she said something
Multiple
else.
I know.
thongs. Wow, that is such a great mistake
Yeah, that's a good one. And what song would you like to hear tonight?
to recover from that.
Brought by Katy Perry, please.
That is a good choice. Any dedications on this one?
Maisie and Kaylee, please.
This goes out to them. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be telling you all the weirdest things that have happened on the internet this week in internet news. But here is Katy Perry. Katy Perry with Rawr. Now, you know the radio has covered all of the serious mainstream news,
Yeah,
but
of
what
course.
about when you want to delve deep into the internet below the Marianas Trench of those waters?
Is there anything below the Marianas Trench? I thought that was the point, that it's like one of the deepest.
Well, the thing that is below that
The
is
thing that's below that.
the internet news.
This is the Internet News.
Internet news. You've heard of an elephant in the room, but have you heard of a donkey in the shop?
No, Phil, what?
Well, you have now, because last week a lost donkey was pictured walking into a Brockenhurst branch of a well-known supermarket.
For everyone online, there is a picture of this donkey actually walking into the supermarket now, which would be terrifying if I was a security guard.
Yep, the startled manager quickly shooed the donkey out, but nobody's sure where it went to next, or where it came from. If you've seen the lost donkey of Brockenhurst, please let us know.
I don't think that people are trained to deal with invading donkeys.
No,
you know what I mean?
We should have a briefing of what if one comes into the Radio 1 studio.
What do you mean? It gets into the BBC reception, comes
Yep.
up to the 8th floor, and then through several fire doors into this room.
What would you do?
Well, that would probably be a hyper-intelligent donkey, so I would be very, very scared if that happened.
We would just bow down before it. Internet news.
Now, have you accidentally ever dropped your phone down a drain, Phil?
No.
Good. If you did, would you climb down to try and get it?
No.
No, you wouldn't, would you? Well, guess what? A 16-year-old girl from Dover did exactly that. And she got stuck.
Wow,
If you
wow,
haven't
wow.
seen this yet, it is the best thing ever. In true comedy style, the girl has pictures taken of her being taken out of the drain by two hench firemen. Thankfully, she was completely uninjured. But the moral of the story is, do not try to get your phone out of a drain. It's not going to happen because the phone was broken anyway.
And it now smells of drain.
Mortifying.
Internet news. A crazy chef has developed an ingenious way of peeling apples.
Okay, there's a clip what to go along with this one.
After receiving a large order for a tarte tatin, the chef simply attached the apple peeler to the end of a drill.
What?
And worked his way through the requisite apples. Obviously don't try this at home, but this is the most insane apple peeling I've ever seen in my entire life.
For anyone who wants a visual idea, a guy stuck an apple on the end of a power drill and is just holding a potato peeler on the apple. That is the most dangerous thing I have ever seen. Do not try that at home, but damn, that is fast.
Yeah.
Look at it go. That is efficient peeling.
I would give him a tip.
Would you?
Don't do that again. Internet news.
The Internet News.
But now, a special report. Wow. Bong, were you listening to the Matt Edmondson show earlier? If not, then you missed out on KO, what is probably the best thing ever, combining my two favourite things in the actual world, moaning and Game of Thrones. Matt has done a parody of Tiny Temper about all the things that we like to moan about, featuring actual Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones. If you haven't seen this yet, then get to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1 right now to watch it. I'm not going to spoil it anymore. Here is Matt Edmondson with Game of Moans. That's absolutely amazing.
That was incredible. Matt Edmondson makes such a good Joffrey. I was kind of scared.
I know. I really wanted to hurt him.
And if you want to,
know what I mean?
if you want to experience that for the rest of time, go to the radio on YouTube, as it is right there. It's so good.
Yep, youtube.com/BBC Radio 1 if you check that out. I think that most club songs should now have a Hodor breakdown in the middle.
Definitely.
David Guetta featuring Hodor. It's the future, to be honest.
I'm so excited for Game of Thrones, it kind of hurts.
But you're going away tomorrow, aren't you? So you won't even get to watch it. Ha! Ha! Oh, I can't even contain myself. Anyway. Right. Now, Slenators can thank Charlotte for sending in this one. We have a lyric video for Stars, everybody. Here is Selena Gomez.
Wake up to your tree.
So, Phil,
Yeah?
what is the most traumatic typo that you have ever made that you are willing to share with the world?
I'm willing to share with the world. I sent an email. It's a really important email.
Serious business?
And instead of signing it off as Phil, I signed it as Ovum. There's no taking that back.
Was that an autocorrect, or what was...
I think it must have been an autocorrect, but I was just like, I can't send another one.
That's just
say,
a weird word.
didn't mean to say the
It's
medical
not even
term
one
for
of like
egg.
the obvious typos, is
No.
it? It's like, yours sincerely, Ovum. Why? How do you come back from
I
that?
just didn't. I don't think you ever replied.
Did
Yeah.
did that just fall through after that?
That was the end of that relationship.
I wouldn't reply to someone. Wow.
Amy, save me. Tell me your problems. What happened to you?
Well, I'm in the 21 Pilots fandom, and I made
Right.
a shrine, and I finished it at 1 a.m.
Okay.
You know,
And
as you do.
And then I have a friend who's also in the fandom, so I was going to send her a picture of it, and I was like, hey, do you want to see something? But I sent it to my piano teacher.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, you can't send a piano teacher a picture of a creepy shrine that you made in your bedroom.
Did your piano teacher reply?
Well, it was 1 a.m. and then I had my piano lesson the next day.
Awkward. Did you bring it up?
Yeah, I was like, about that, I'm really sorry.
So what kind of things feature in this shrine? I'm quite interested.
Yeah, I mean, was she really worried? Did she call the police to protect him?
No. It's just like really cute and funny pictures of 21 Pilots.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, cool. Understandable.
Any candles?
No, it's just pictures.
I think they're the next
That's the
stage.
next level of shrine, isn't it? Okay. That's pretty mortifying.
So what song do you want to cheer everyone up with on this Sunday evening?
Could I please have Wake Up by Arcade Fire?
Oh, yes, you can.
That's very inspirational, this one. Any dedications for it?
Could I dedicate it to my friend Flo?
This goes out to your friend and also your piano teacher. Enjoy your shrine.
Was Arcade Fire with Wake Up. Thank you very much to Amy for requesting that.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
The traumatic typos debate is still raging. We have one from Anietta, who said, one time I had a fight with my sister, and my friend texted me saying, "Are you all right? I heard you fell out with your sister." And I meant to reply, "Not really, she holds grudges." but it auto-corrected, so I ended up saying, not really, she holds fridges. She was very confused.
Not really, she holds fridges. What?
Anna texted in and said, my name's a security risk when I left to autocorrect. My name is Anna, and it always corrects it to bomb.
Wow, that's really bad, isn't it? That's unfortunate. And then my favourite one, okay, that we've had texted in here, says, when texting the guy I fancy about my house party, I meant to text, you can sleep on my sofa, but it auto-corrected sofa to sister. Oh. You can sleep on my sister.
That's something you say to someone you fancy.
What does that even mean? Oh, no. It's always the worst when it's to someone that you may potentially want to go out with.
I think that's when it's going to happen the most.
Ouch.
So keep those coming in.
Please.
Hashtag traumatic typos.
I was saying that this is designed to make people feel better about it, but do you reckon digging this up is making them feel better about the incident?
I feel better after the ovum thing. Now I've got it.
After releasing it.
Got it off my chest again.
Okay, that's good to know. Keep sending those in. But now, how do you all feel about cute babies?
Well, they love you, don't they?
They do, yeah. I have a natural affinity with babies. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think I just have the least threatening face ever. I look like Winnie the Pooh or something.
You do
so babies always smile.
You do look a bit like a woodland animal.
Do I? Thank you. I mean, obviously the lack of threateningness wasn't good in secondary school, but hey, babies laugh at me, so there we go.
Babies hate me. I've never held a baby without it crying in fear.
Babies always cry when they stare at Phil. I don't know why. Maybe it's something like the shape of your face, like evolutionary. They just go, it's gonna eat me, or something.
Do I look like a lich?
No.
A goblin.
Or like a vulture or something.
Yeah.
No, you look fine, Phil.
Okay.
I wouldn't cry if I was a baby and I looked at you. Well,
Thanks.
okay, warning for everybody, because a video with an extremely cute baby is about to be played. Two of Radio 1's listeners, Alex and Gabby, recently produced a baby. Congratulations to Alex and Gabby. And have made a montage of cute, happy baby moments to Pharrell, okay? This will make your head implode with baby-induced cuteness. So if you want to see this right now, just get out your phone and go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1, as here, showing off the happy life of their baby Leo, is Alex and Gabby and Pharrell.
Oh.
Pharrell happy on Radio 1, and that was the cutest video I have ever seen in my entire life.
It hurt my soul.
Thank you very much, Alex and Gabby, for sending that in. Cute baby. You don't know what you're missing out on if you're not watching this on the website. I think everybody just spent 3 minutes going, I was going, baby. That is so cute. But yeah, if you, like Alex and Gabby, have ever made a music video for any reason, maybe you are a football freestyler, or you have made it for a college project, or maybe just a creative person, all you have to do to get a music video that you've made on our show is to upload it and send a link to danandphil@bbc.co.uk, and we could be playing it on next week's show.
BBC Radio 1. Dan and Phil.
Hello, Rebecca.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very good, thank you. So we're talking about traumatic typos.
Yeah.
What is yours?
I was typing an email to my English teacher and I called her mum.
No.
Oh, just covered my face with my hands.
At least it didn't happen in the class, because that's when it's the worst. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
it has happened before.
But I guess when you do it by email, you just have to wait until the awkward moment when you give each other eye contact.
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
Did your teacher reply?
Yeah, she asked me why I said mum, and I did not know what to say, so I sort of stared at the screen and cried.
You could have been like, surprise! It's the Davina show where we're reuniting us together.
Via email to your English teacher. That'd be a plot twist, wouldn't it?
That would be a plot twist.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good enough. You've earned yourself a request.
I'd say so.
What would you like to listen to?
Can I get Sing by My Chemical Romance?
Yes, you can. Brilliant choice. Everyone on Facebook just went, woo! Any dedications on this one?
Yeah, can I dedicate it to Ellis, Kate, Mouse, and that fandom towel rack on Twitter, please?
Yes, this goes out to all of those, including the fandom towel rack, whatever that is.
Here's My Chemical Romance.
My Chemical Romance with Sing. It's now time to talk about...
Dan versus Phil.
Okay, so Dan versus Phil is when me and Phil, around 8 o'clock in every show, do some kind of challenge against each other live on camera. Last week we played Frisbee Forfeit, which resulted in Phil getting custard pied in the face. How was that, by the way, getting all the whipped cream out of everything?
My jeans kind of still smell weird. I've washed them 3 times. They still kind of smell like cream, so...
Oh, no.
That was not worth it. Those PE lessons back in the day, we didn't really do Frisbee in PE, but we did shot put. I should have tried harder.
You should have tried harder, and you wouldn't be smelling of milk. Okay, real peril, that's what we're getting at here. And this week, it's going to get messy, okay? Not in a weird way, though, well, arguably, it actually is in a weird way. We have found some UV paint, okay? And we are going to have a UV paint-off on each other as the canvas is. Oh, yeah.
So the lights are completely blacked out. You can't see anything, so all you'll be able to see is the paint. I'm excited. It's going to look cool. It's going to look like a club.
It's going to be cool. But the twist is that you guys get to decide the winner and what we paint each other as, okay? Boom.
So you should tweet us at BBCR1 or text us on 81199. What we're going to be? Animals, landmarks, celebrities, something else. The colours are quite bright, so choose something quite colourful and bright, and then it'll look good. And then we will take it in turns to paint each other. Dan is going to be painting me first, and then we'll choose one of your suggestions. It's going to be happening right after this next song. It's a very psychedelic, nebulaic video from Lucy.
Nebulaic?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here is Alesso with Years.
Alesso with Years. Thank you very much for that video, Lucy. But now it is challenge time, where me and Phil are going to be having an ultraviolet paint-off. We asked you guys to text in some things, and Phil found 2 suggestions that we'd like a lot from someone who texted in.
We've actually been getting this a lot. They're mostly unnamed, these texts. I think everyone's like, gotta text quickly, they didn't leave their names.
But we decided on 2 animals, didn't we?
Dan has to paint me as a lion, and I'm going to be painting Dan as a dinosaur.
It seems appropriate. It seems colourful. I'm going to try to not ruin the outside of your face by painting a mane on it. But this is happening right on camera. If you want to go, it is bbc.co.uk/radio1 if you want to see us painting each other.
I'm going to try so hard for this one.
Are you? Okay, okay. You're going down. You guys will actually get to decide who you think deserves to win after we've done both of these. But now, for your ears, here is Kaiser with Hideaway.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Round 1.
Iggy Azalea with Fancy featuring Charlie XCX. How do you think Iggy Azalea would think of your painting, Phil?
I think she'd want to date me.
Okay, so I attempted to make Phil look like a lion. How does it feel having all this paint applied to your flesh?
Well, first of all, the paint is freezing cold, so if you're watching on the website, I apologise if I have erect nipples.
He was saying don't avoid the nipples, and I was like, giant blob on each nipple. There we go.
I can't see my face, so I don't know if I look much like a lion.
No, well, I mean, obviously, because I'm trying to win. Yeah, you look like a lion. Dude, you look the most like a lion.
You've done a tail as well.
Dude, people on the website, tail right. Okay, it's time for the next round. Person who texted in now wants you to paint me as a dinosaur. If you don't want to miss out, it is bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. You guys can vote on the winner after this. Now, here's some John Newman.
Dan versus Phil.
This is BBC Radio 1. You're looking at Dan and Phil, who have just painted each other to look like a lion and a dinosaur. Wow.
So let me explain my creation.
What were you going for with me? You were like spots and then scales.
So
and you're like, I'm drawing wings on you now, and then freckles. So I'm a dinosaur with spots and freckles and scales.
So those are your dinosaur freckles, and you've
Okay.
got fangs and a tail.
Right.
And also some
nice Totoro-ish
Yep.
arrows on the chest.
Yep.
Right, okay, so I can criticise Phil's painting abilities, but it is now up to you guys. If you go to @BBC R1 during this next track, we will tweet pictures of me and Phil, and it's up to you guys to vote for the winner. So if you want Phil to win his painting on me, all you have to do is retweet the picture of me, and if you want me to win, all you have to do is retweet my beautiful painting of Phil, okay? You've got a few minutes to decide, but our fate is now completely in your hands, so we will reveal that after this.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
That was One Direction with Strong. Thank you very much to Samantha and Shannon for that video. So we're back in the studio, applying paint to everything that Grimmy has to touch tomorrow morning.
Yeah, try not to drip it anywhere.
I'm literally leaking. Grimmy's going to sit down and he's going to be like, why are my jeans now bright pink? That was Dan's flesh that was seeping onto your seat. I feel it's caking to me
Your
now.
dinosaur flesh. I forgot to add that I was contouring down your neck.
Contouring down my neck. Okay, so there is still time to vote. We are going to play one more track and it will be revealed after this. Go to @BBC R1 on Twitter and you can see the paintings and retweet for the one that you think deserves to win. But now we have a video which has been made by Jessie and her football team.
It's like one of those montages in a sports movie where, you know, they're training and then they have the big match at the end.
I freaking love montages. Seriously, any movie where people just go on any kind of journey with a montage. Love them.
Bring it on, cheerleading movie. I would recommend it. Anyway, here is Jessie and her football team. 5 Seconds of Summer. She looks so perfect.
Which was last week's #1 single. Hey!
Welcome to the future with Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
That was 5 Seconds of Summer. Thank you very much to the football team for sending in that video.
And by the way, thanks to Mark in Aldershot for texting in. It's actually Scott Mills instead of Grimmy tomorrow. I think he'll be fine with the mess after playing all the innuendo bingos, water everywhere.
I feel like he's much more used to mysterious fluids being around his studio. Good. Wow, that makes us so much less awkward. But okay, it is now time to find out this week's Dan versus Phil winner.
Millie.
Hello.
Hello. Do you like our costumes?
I love them so much. The most fabulous thing that probably has ever existed, you know.
Oh, thanks very much.
That is a good compliment. Thank you.
I like to think my art skills would go far, and now they have. Millie's impressed, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
So you have the very dangerous task of announcing the winner of Dan versus Phil. How are you feeling?
Oh yes, I feel very tense right now.
Good.
Good.
Have you been psyching yourself up?
Yes.
Breathing exercises? Can I have a big breathe in? What?
That was like a kettle inhaling. That was strong.
Okay.
Kirby.
Go for it.
Okay. So the winner of Dan versus Phil is Daniel James Howell. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel rocked.
With the full name announcement as well. Good, slightly stalkerlicious, but good. I liked that touch. Nice.
I think it was probably the tail.
It was the tail that did it. I mean, Phil, I don't want to insult your art skills, but I think it was maybe the combination of spots and scales and freckles and a dinosaur. It was imaginative, but maybe they wanted realism.
I was obsessed with Jurassic Park as a kid. I watched it every day.
Did I miss the scene with the dinosaur with the spots and freckles?
You missed the freckles scene with the velociraptors. Thank you, Millie, though. That was a very good announcing process you just did.
No problem.
You could work on the X Factor. Now, what would you like to listen to? You've earned yourself a request.
22 by Taylor Swift would be good.
That's a good choice. Do you want to dedicate this to anyone?
You.
Me? What, me specifically, or both of us?
For the loser, Phil.
You guys, being the best people in the whole entire world.
Oh, stop it. Okay, this is for you. Here is Taylor Swift 22. Thank you, Millie.
Thank you very much. See ya.
Bye.
It's Scott that's going to be sitting in the paint. Everything's okay. Hi, Aled and Molly from the Saturdays.
Hello. Hello,
Hi.
We're trying not to get our paint on you, so I'm standing really far away.
I think Molly walked in through and was like, what's happening? No one told me about this.
Yeah, I was like, usual Sunday night then.
Yeah, there we go.
Never have our outfits not coordinated as much as this, ever.
Do you feel a bit underdressed, Aled?
Actually, I feel too overdressed.
Yeah,
I just feel like I should be in T-shirts and paint right now. I've still got time.
It's the new thing.
So, Molly, last time we met, I asked if I could move in with you, and you said yes. I was just wondering what the process is going like.
Well, I've been wondering, where are you? I mean, I've been waiting. Every night I've been like, this will be the night he'll come round. And
awkward.
there's no sign of you. I'm looking out the window, every car that drives past.
Okay, when you see me in a rain with a box of all my stuff, you'll know.
Still covered in the line ultraviolet paint.
Phil, you're the man who stood up Molly.
I know.
No, how dare you?
Oh, idiot. So what is going on this, I almost said the Saturdays, the surgery today?
Well, appropriately, relationships.
Oh, okay.
We thought we'd do a bit of a relationship special tonight because we have to. I mean, just for me alone, you know, I could fill the whole hour with relationships. Should we start off with a question, Molly?
Okay, go for it.
Let's get you warmed up and ready for the show tonight.
Go for it.
So I'm in a bit of a bad mood last few days because of the knee, not feeling too happy, not feeling too good about things, and I'm taking it all out on my other half, Emil. It was only yesterday when we were in a shopping centre and I was screaming at him that I can't decide which shop to go into that I realised that I might be in a bit of a bad mood about things.
Yeah.
Advice, what do I do? Do I apologise or just forget about it?
To put it bluntly, Aled, you've just got to stop with the moaning. To be honest with you, you've got to apologise, take one for the team, realise this is your bad, and just get on with it.
But you will be smug!
I know, but you're going to have to let him be, just for 10 minutes.
And plus, you know, if you really care about the relationship, you should enjoy his happiness, so let him feel smug. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that.
Okay. There's a line. Okay, that's fine. Just apologise and feel bad. There we go.
So as you can tell, it's going to be a very entertaining show. How can people get in touch?
Do it, guys. Molly's good, as you can tell. 03700 100 100 is our phone number. That's 03700 100 100. Or you can text us on 81199. We await your calls and texts. We'll be here at 9 o'clock.
Okay, so stop calling in for us. The phone lines now all belong to Aled and Molly, who will be on after us. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hopefully we didn't drip on you or anything. Okay, cool. That's good. Every single time. But now, incredible video alert. Officially. Okay, I went there. I played the sound effects. If you go to bbc.co.uk/Radio1 right now, you can watch Sarah taking us kayaking down some insane rapids in Patagonia on her 8-week school trip to Chile.
What?
I know, a school trip to Chile?
That's so lucky. That beats my trip to the Rossendale Textile Museum. Definitely.
Kayaking and the textile... That's fine. Everyone loves your childhood.
Definitely get on the website, though. This is one of my favourite videos.
Here is Imagine Dragons.
Dan and Phil on BBC Radio 1.
Imagine Dragons. I love how when Molly from the Saturdays comes in, I'm dressed as a flaky lion with orange face paint all over myself.
No one told us at all. It's like you couldn't have saved a less degrading Dan versus Phil. Because especially Phil, who literally the last time you saw Molly, he accidentally awkwardly asked her if they could move in together. It was like a joke, but it was still pretty awkward.
We've got this ongoing thing. She walked in, I'm like, remember me?
as you'd like flaking fluorescent yellow paint onto the floor. Oh,
nice.
Okay, Phil. Anyway, now though, it is time that we all gather round together as a people to laugh at the technical difficulties suffered by our friends and family. Read out by the sometimes a little too sarcastic Greg James. This is Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet.
Internet? Isn't that a misplaced tennis serve in Yorkshire?
I don't get all this facial book.
The World Wide What?
Sorry, I don't know how to internet.
Our first story tonight comes from Lorena.
My grandma saw an advert for a garden competition and phoned me to ask, can you call this number and enter us for a makeover? It's gardenmakeover.com. I told her that it meant that she had to enter online. So she said, OK, can you call online and enter for me?
Oh, that's an easy mistake to make.
Just call online and Siri answers going, time to delete the internet, Grandma.
Probably. Though, seriously, back in the days of dial-up, the phones and the internet were connected, weren't they?
They were.
Okay, kids, if you're listening, you didn't used to even be able to use the internet if someone was on the phone.
Oh.
That's how lucky you are. Okay, we were born in the dark ages.
It was awful. My mum had talked to my auntie for like 3 hours. I'd be like, get off, I want to go on Habbo Hotel.
I want to go on AOL chat. Stop, man. Okay.
Our next story comes from Catherine.
My auntie wanted to check her emails, so she searched for www.email.co.uk.
Simple enough.
Yeah, I feel like there's confusion issues here. No one teaches you how to use the internet, though, do they?
No.
It's pretty adorable.
I'm now wondering what is on that website.
Okay.
Our next one comes from Ellie.
Recently, I was at my nana's house when she turned to me and said, "How's your acorn?" I asked her what she was talking about, and then she kept on asking about my acorn. It turns out she meant my new Apple MacBook. She had her fruits and nuts mixed up.
Oh.
Oh, your acorn. Maybe that's the thing that the squirrels listen to their music on, though.
I bet they do, you know.
Secretly.
Just sat in their little squirrel caves.
Acorn. So many icons to catch up with. I feel sorry for her. Okay, this next story comes courtesy of the mysterious Jay. Only Jay.
I recently created a Tumblr account for the first time, and somebody reblogged one of my entries.
Woo!
The notification on the dashboard says that someone has reblogged you. For about 10 minutes, I was wondering what idiot has called himself someone. Then I realised. Facepalm.
There are some weird baby names out there, though. Someone could be called Someone.
Someone Lester. Is that your future child name?
Actually, yeah, Someone and Thor.
That is confusion, though. Like, imagine if you just on status and it was like, someone liked everything. You'd be like, I'm being stalked by this guy called Someone. No, it's just everybody. Easy mistake to make.
Our final one comes from Kitty.
Okay.
I follow a famous YouTuber called Dan Howell.
Wait a minute.
And he recently tweeted promoting his new video called Typos Are Ruining My Life.
Yep, okay.
The tweet said, "Thank you to everyone who pointed out I managed to put every woon with 2 O's in my tweet, promoting my video about typos."
Dan.
Let it go, okay? Like, everyone already had a go at me about this. Okay, this entire point of today was that we were supposed to admit these things and get over it. You can't just keep bringing it up.
I think you need to do an Adele Nazim and just sing the song.
Okay, but no, seriously, like, imagine I made this video about typos, and in the tweet about the video, I make a typo. Oh, I hate my life. Okay, so thank you.
That's very relevant for our hashtag.
Kitty, who sent that into our show. Thank you so much for doing that. That was Sorry, I Don't Know How to Internet. Okay, if not like Kitty, you want to send in some stories to our Sorry Don't Know How to Internet, maybe you have some friends and family that have made some awkward and funny technical fails, all you have to do is email them to danandphil@bbc.co.uk. Even better, if you have any photos or videos to go along with the stories, they would be great.
Now, do you want me to make you feel old?
Probably not, but go on, do it.
Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend came out 7 years ago.
7?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought you meant Skater Boy. Wait,
Girlfriend.
Wait.
Are you Googling something?
Yeah, wait. 2000.
What?
Okay, sorry. Skater Boy by Avril Lavigne came out 12 years ago.
No.
What?
I'm dying.
What? That's horrifying. We're all dying. Live life like tomorrow's your last day. Are you making the most of your life? Are you happy? This Avril Lavigne has just told us all the meaning of life.
Well,
wow, that's...
Thanks, Daisy, for that crisis.
Thanks, Daisy.
It's going to be stuck in your head for another 7 years. Here is Girlfriend. Avril Lavigne, Girlfriend. Alice texted and said, I wasn't even born when Skater Boy came out, so I feel sorry for you. From a very mature 11-year-old.
With an XD there. Very mature 11-year-old. Nice! And that is a terrifying fact. But okay, now it's time to talk about something very cool that is happening on Wednesday.
Phil and Alice's Bedroom DJs.
Yo, DJ, pump this party!
So, Phil, what are you doing on Wednesday night?
I'm going to be in Florida, so I might be sipping orange juice or wrestling an alligator.
You are going on holiday and you are leaving me to do the show by myself.
You'll be fine.
Fiend. Okay, so you will be having your feet up chilling by a pool. Well, okay, Phil, but if you're going to be alone but you like music, like me, then on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, Phil Taggart and Alice Levine will be hosting another one of their bedroom DJ parties. This is when the live lounge is not covered in UV paint, but it instead gets turned into a bedroom, and they have guest DJs that come in and do special sets. In case you're interested, there is going to be Radio 1's Greg James and Hugh Stevens, One Extra's Sarah Jane Crawford, Wilkinson, Meridian Dan, and Kaiser that we played earlier on the show. So if you're interested in that, I will be listening while I am scrolling.
I'll be listening from my sunbed,
While you're kicking, like, lengths in the pool.
Yeah.
I hate you. Okay, that is Wednesday night at 10 o'clock if you want to listen to that with Phil Taggart and Alice Levine.
And now with this dramatic slow-motion running that this song deserves.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Danny, here's Bastille with Laura Palmer. No, that's Avril Lavigne again.
Here's Bastille with Laura Palmer.
I told you she'd be back.
Just didn't happen.
Dan and Phil, they escaped from the internet and climbed into your ears.
Bettina wants us all singing along in our cars, or blimps.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's singing along in their blimps, Phil.
I would hope so. It's Teenage Dirtbag, Wheatus.
Oh, she went there. Okay, get ready to sing, everyone. Teenage Dirtbag, requested by Bettina. That is us from me and Phil this week. It is going to be Alid and Molly from the Saturdays with the surgery after. But first, Phil, do you think we should say thank you to everybody that got involved in our show?
I think it's a necessity.
It's time for the end credits. Thank you to Nicole,
Abby L,
and Leo Lightfoot,
Callum,
and Charlotte,
Alex and Gabby,
and Lucy,
Samantha
and
Shannon,
Jessie and a football
Sarah,
team, and Daisy,
and Danny,
and Sophie,
and Katie,
and Amy,
and Amy,
and Millie,
and Bettina,
and Neve,
and Evie,
and Jade,
and Cloran.
I want to say thank you to everybody that sent in their typos. I hope you feel a lot better. But now, requested by Neve, Evie, Jade, and Lauren in the car home from Wales, here is Kendrick Lamar with Swimming Pools.
Oh.